beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, up, up. You'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life.
Alright, welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Wednesday, so we're on to small project night. Tonight, I'm actually just going to be working up some keychains and no new weave really. Many weaves that I've done before. We're going to start with a barrel weave tonight. I've already worked on some earlier today. I got a little group of, made a bunch of lime green ones in different sizes, different weaves, double-ended keychains. I think I've only got one or two of them. Most time I'll use these weaves on keychains, but they're normally a little bit shorter and only have one key ring on one side, so it's just dangled. But I figured I was going to go with a double-ended keychain this time, get some of those, add into stock for events. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. Actually going to use up some of these new rings that my kids got me for Father's Day. They're matte, all matte colors instead of shiny colors. Still saw cut, but matte colored. And I had them out and I was looking at them and was like, well, I don't think I've ever mixed a sky and a purple, so that's what I'm going to start with on the barrels. So everything should be working good and everything is up, so I'm just going to go ahead and get on to, let's see here, gotta make, what color do I want the barrel parts? Put these in between. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll see how that works anyway. So I hope everybody's having a good middle, up to the middle of their weeks. Hadn't been a whole lot really going on. I spent, yesterday I got some more of the jelly cube worked on. And then I actually started working on pulling out my welder. It's out now. I might actually get to do a little bit of welding before the show's over tonight. Because I'm going to make up a, what did I figure? Just a box weave in stainless steel. And I'm going to weld those up. So, but I pulled them out because I'm trying to find a spot that I can set up my welder so I don't have to always keep putting it up. So I'm trying to set it up in a few different spots and try it and see if I like it or not. See if because there's some stainless steel stuff I want to do, and it'd be nice just to be able to have it out when I'm ready to do it. That's one reason why I'll hold off on doing them sometimes. My stainless steel, if I'm going to weld, because I got to pull out the welder. And it's like, do I want to do it now? Because I got to find a place set up. So that's what I'm going to work on, is getting that set up so I can just have it at the ready. If I decide, tonight's the night I want to work on some, it'll be ready to go. At least that's what I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, we'll come up through there. And so that's barrel weave there. Just adding that there. Nothing real difficult about a barrel weave. It's neat looking though. I've liked working with it in the past, so I'm going to make sure I'm getting in camera view here. And hopefully over the weekend I'm actually going to do some testing. I've got a, I don't know how great a quality it's going to be, but I've got a small camera that I'm going to try to set up in front of me that should, and try to get more of a close-up shot on this stuff. Hoping it works. We'll see how that goes when the time comes. So next week we might actually have another camera angle to add into the mix and see how it goes. We're hoping it'll come out alright. If not, no biggie, but I wanted to kind of give it a try. I'm limited on my space, so I've got kind of a small thing coming to give it a try. These purples are stuck together. I guess this is a violet, right? Yeah. This is my matte violet and my matte sky blue. And I'm going to be doing several of these tonight and into tomorrow before I get out the next large project. Though I will admit it's not going to be super large. It's something that we'll work on for a little bit. We'll see more of that tomorrow night. Don't want to talk about it too much tonight, so we'll go with that. But then I'll probably put that up and work on these again, just so I can get. I've got several colors already pulled out ready, and that I want to get done. And oh, I forgot to put the other two on there, dummy. I guess I could have just put them on singly at a time, but you know, I still had hold of it, so might as well. But again, I hope everybody's doing good. It's been kind of a oddish week in a way after last week's, and if you were here Monday, I'm still actually waiting back again. We're now up to 13 days on my order. I'm still waiting for the other email to come that says this is how much you need to pay the difference of. So I've still got days, even if it was paid for today, before it gets sent still. And that's kind of, again, it's irking me a little bit because, like I said, what they were out of I didn't need, but the rest of the stuff in the order I did need. So I'm hoping I'll get it here by tomorrow, hopefully, so they maybe get it sent out before the weekend, but it's not looking very good. Again, it's going to be one of these long orders that just drive me nuts. I mean, I might not be one of their big spenders, you know, but it's not like I'm putting in small orders every time, trust me. But, and then that'll be able to get us into the next larger project that I'm planning. It's not related to my Chiefs hanging, but it is another inlay of sorts. I've talked about it before, but we'll see it tomorrow night. So, and if you've watched this video from the beginning, you'll see that I've kind of started a new little intro area. Kind of wanted to do something because I'm always waiting for all the streams to get activated and come up. They don't all come up at the same time, so I'm like waiting. So I made a little thing that I can kind of put through your transition and show while I'm waiting for everything to come up, so then I don't have to worry about that. So hopefully it comes out okay. If you're, you know, make a comment about it, let me know what you think. Even with the new camera angles and lineup in the main picture area here, I'm kind of, it's all new-ish. So let me know what you think about them. You can send me a private message or just make a post sometime somewhere. I'll see it. Like I said, I've commented on posts on past videos when they're watching from a live stream. So. And my next thing I want to look at is I want to try to see if I can find some. These are 1-inch key rings, and I want to see if I can find some smaller ones. I'm sure they've got to have some smaller ones out there because I've had smaller ones in the past. Just a matter if I can find them in the bulk style that I would like, where I can get enough of them at a decent price anyway. Two more. Because I got a few other ideas. These are these work out well. I'd make these into a Morris Rose style fidget toy. I don't even remember how many I put together. I'd have to pull out my notes, but I put several of them together, and it's a nice, quick, fun little toy that, you know, I sell a bunch of at events. I got quite a few of them still that for the next event already ready to go, but I buy those in like thousands, 1,000 per package. So I normally have a lot of key rings, and they're stainless steel. I don't like buying the coated ones and plated ones or whatever you want to call it. Those drive me nuts. So I get a solid stainless steel. Alright, come on. Why is it? There it goes. It's like, why is it feeling weird on me? But I've had the plated stuff that, you know, the plating comes off at times and all that, so I always like to get good stainless steel key rings. I do have some plated, gold plated ones for the occasion when I might need them, if somebody wants that to go. And they actually look a little better on some of the other things, on some color mixtures, so I do have them for that, but most of the time I just like using a stainless steel. It's kind of like my lobster clasps, that's what I kind of like to do there too. Let me put one of these and kind of get an idea. I want to get it, yeah, it's probably the last barrel actually. And then we'll close it up. Like I said, we'll probably make several of these through the stream of different colors, different style, different weave, just to, I'm wondering, oh no, we probably should just do it that way. Where's my opening? I will say one thing about these matte rings from TRL that the kids got me. They actually got pretty decent cuts on them. I've been having a harder time finding my closures. So, I mean, that's always a good thing. Which is actually, in a way, kind of surprising, because I've got some that are just horrid cuts, so their closures are just awful, and there's a few here and there that I'm like, I can't use these. I mean, they just don't close up good enough that I like, so I'm going to try to double up these last two. See if that'll work and still look okay, but give you a little more strength at those contact points. Come on, stop dropping it. It looks a little different just right on there, but I think it'll probably do. Yeah, I think we'll try that and go with that. Yeah, there it is. So, like I said, these are going to be, you know, normally keychains are fairly quick and easy. That's why I like to kind of have a good group of them. You know, you can sell them, put them out there cheaper, and I like to have a bunch of variety of price points when it comes to items. You know, I try to have my under $10 group, and then the 10 to 20 group, and 20 to 30, and then I got quite a few in the 40s, and then 50s, and groups, and then a little bit higher. So yeah, I might have been able to go about one more, but that's pretty decent. I mean, it's not a super hefty weave or anything. Hopefully I can get a decent picture here on this camera. I guess I'd have to flip over cameras. I forgot that I have that there. So, but that's the barrel weave in the purple and sky. Let's see, what color should I go with next? I do have a matte purple. Now that's the. Yeah, I want to do another barrel real quick though. In different color, let's go with we'll go with a pink, matte, pink and gray. How about that? Pink and a. Because I actually haven't done anything with. I've had gray before. I think they called it gunmetal, so it's kind of dark. So we'll go with that. Actually, we'll make those this side. We'll make the gray with pink inserts. How about that? That's what we'll go with. And here's, let me go ahead and try and put a few in. See if I can get them up in camera view decent enough to see the pink and gray. And like I said, these are matte, so they're not shiny rings. I've only had a few of these in a long time ago in machine cut. And these are kind of new. If I end up sticking with still getting TRL stuff, kind of depends. Need to get their act together, that's for sure. I'm going to check my other chat boxes. Haven't looked anywhere yet, so I think we're going good. So we'll just go ahead and do another barrel weave, and then we'll go over and do a, I think I was going to do one sweet pea. Do a sweet pea version. And I do have a bigger one. I made a big old square full Persian one earlier. I've got some other rings out. Maybe I'll do that next. After the sweet pea version. Alright, come on, flip around, open up the right way. See how that all works out, because I'm just trying to make a variety of sizes. Some people like them smaller, some people like them bigger, so trying to do them in different sizes if possible. I do have, well, let me show real quick. Let's put that there. Because it's full Persian. This was out of the 18 gauge for full Persian. It's kind of small. It's not, you know, a super big weave or anything. And then I was just showing the square full Persian. This is 3/8 inch ring, so, and you can see they both got some decent flock to them. They bend around. I tried a 5/16 version, which I do like in a way, but it doesn't have much give in it. It's got a little bit of curving to it, but it's a pretty stiff one, a little bit smaller, tighter AR, but it still worked. So I went ahead and did that in that style, in that weave, I guess. And maybe by this weekend I'll have this other camera up where I can get a nicer closer up. If it can get decent close-ups, that's going to be the issue. Can it get decent close-ups of it? And I'm probably going to mix some of these matte with shiny and kind of see what happens with that. Kind of wonder, can I put 3 in there? It's been a while since I've actually done a barrel weave, and I don't know if I've ever tested it with 3, so I think we're going to test this version with 3 for my barrel innards. See if it'll work. It might change my outside where I can't put 2 on the outside, but we'll see. Like I said, I haven't done it in a while, and I don't think even when I did, I don't remember testing to see if I could put 3 in a barrel per se. Might not work because that's going to make 5. It might tighten it up too much. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's definitely a little snugger getting through, but yeah, oh yeah, 3 will work, but it's going to make them look probably a little different, because they won't be even. Yes, Buzz, I heard you. You're not going out right now. I'm not gonna fight with you in and out right now. I told you, stream's starting. You have to come up and make your mind. You decided to come in. It was his choice. I didn't make him come in, but I needed to close up the door because I wasn't going to fight with opening and closing the door all night. Yeah, we'll see how far we can go with 3 barrels. Or 3 insides for the barrel weave here. See how it goes. Because it's not really bad on a single. Let's see what happens when we do it and have more chunks. See how it works. 3 is keg, 1 I believe. I'm reading that wrong. Hey John, anyway, nice to see you. 3 is keg, I believe. 2 is barrel, 1 is RSD. I knew 1 was RSD and 2 was barrel. I didn't even know there was actually a 3rd. Be honest with you, I didn't know that was actually a thing. So I guess we're doing a barrel and a keg. Never really looked. I know I've seen barrel at first, and then I did it, and I had it. Was looking it up, trying to figure out exactly everything, and then I came across the one with just 1 in it, and I was like, well, that looks like barrel weave. Why are they calling it something different? And then I realized it's just because I had the extra one. I guess that's like so many of the other weaves out there where there can be minor changes, but somebody else gave it a different name. There's another with each barrel too. Yeah. I'll have to look up. Like I said, I hadn't done barrel in a long time. Probably at least 2.5, 3 years now. And I don't think I ever made any of my keychains into barrels before. I'd done a lot of bracelets in barrel and a few necklaces, and I'd always just doubled them. I just didn't like the looseness of the single. but there it goes. Wasn't sure if it was going to fit through there. So I might have to go in and look some of that up. You know, I haven't spent a lot of time looking up. I've been looking up newer stuff, yes, but mostly just pictures that I'd saved through the years. That it's like one day I'm going to get to, one day I'm going to get to. And mostly that's all I've been looking up lately. So I could have something new to do on Wednesdays when I was trying out new weaves. But next few weeks I'm going to be working on trying to get a stock of stuff up for the next event here in 3 weeks, I guess now. 31st. So I'm trying to go through and see what I need, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of running low on keychains, so better make some more keychains up. Like I said, they're nice and easy to sell. When somebody's like, oh, they like everything, but some things are way out of price range, you know, pick up a keychain. Still chainmail. So I hope you're having a good night, John. Did I put that on? Okay, yeah, I thought I put it on backwards. Saw a neat of a left leaning, right leaning barrel, 2 stripes connected via the barrel rings. That might be kind of cool. I'm imagining it. Yeah, that could be kind of cool too. I've just been so busy here lately with everything else. Really haven't had a whole lot of chances to look at a whole lot of new stuff. I'm behind on a lot of things, so I gotta make sure I kind of watch my time a little bit better tonight and make sure I can try to get into the stainless steel one and do some welding with it. When I was doing my setup earlier and testing, I went ahead and I welded up a little group of them I can just weave on in. Want to make sure everything was going to work right. And since it had been actually a little while, like I said, you might not have been in here suffering from a burst eardrum on antibiotics day. Oh, that's got to blow. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way I can get my setup for my welder so it's just always out and at the ready whenever I decide to, because that's why I put off doing a lot of stainless steel or my titanium welding, just because I didn't want to, you know, put it up, set it up, and then have to take it right back down to do another stream for something else. So I'm working on trying to find a place I can get it set up in all this that I can just kind of leave it out and just have it ready when I'm ready. Not have to worry about it, just kind of plug it in, turn it on, and go. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of that done tonight. Probably be more towards the end of the stream. Like I said, I want to do this. Another barrel, and then I'm going to do, do a sweet pea. A couple sweet peas, maybe, it depends. I'm going to have to go let him out, aren't I? He's just going to holler and holler till I do. But the door's going to get shut behind you, boy. I'm not going to fight you. Going over and having to open you and let you in and out all the time. It's not all that long. Can't you wait an hour? Why I made a second space for just mail versus the shop with the forge and grinding dust. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the ultimate would be able to have, you know, the walkout basement here that I currently work on with, and a largish garage and then a smallisher size garage. It would be the ultimate setup, but if I can just get the good size garage going, then that will definitely help. That would actually give me more room in here anyway. I'm so tight as it is. just because of the 3D printers and lasers and drill press and welder, anodizer, all that stuff. I could mix some of that stuff up and get some of it outside and just give me more room to fill up, right? As I'm sure I'd find something to fill it up. Hey, I got room to do this now. Let's get that. Wife will love that. Yeah. Basement, 1-car garage with a lift myself. Yeah, it was a double garage that before we bought our house that somebody had converted. I guess they used it as a daycare. We've made minor changes. We put up a couple walls and changed some door layouts that helped, but I've filled it up through the years. I mean, we've been living here now for I think 15, 16 years, so I need to expand, especially since doing the chainmail now more and more and starting the business of that. I ran out of a lot of room a lot quicker than I planned. So, alright, boy. How many of these do I need to do anyway? I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's my 5th one, so that should be the end of that one. I want it the same length as the other one anyway, because I kind of wasn't thinking. So, where are we at here? Not even 30 minutes. I'm basically done with 2, so nice, quick, and easy. I don't know if I'll be able to put 2 on this, though, for that part. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to put 2. I could play around, try to force one through, but then I'd probably end up just scratching it all up. And oh, I know, I need to take this one off. For it not to work, so one will be fine for the most part. 16 gauge, 1/4 inch, not super sturdy, but you know, I've got many keychains that have made out of it before, so. Alright, so another barrel. We'll do the keg, the barrel and the keg. There we go. So there's barrel and keg. Learned something new tonight. Can I get decent enough and close enough? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put these up. And let's see, what do I want to use for doing? I'm going to make a solid colored sweet pea, so go with the purple or the red. Let's go with the matte red, see what it's like, I guess. And it's been a while since I've done a sweet pea. I guess I finished one sweet pea up about 2 months ago that I had sitting around for a while. Before that had been a while. Alright, I'm going to go see if he can get the boy to go outside. You ready? Let's go. Come on. I don't want to hear you crying over here. There you go. Shouldn't have any more storms tonight. Thought we were going to have some storms coming through while I was streaming, but I think they pushed through earlier than expected. Grab the drink real quick. And I got a new pad for my chair over here today. Actually came in the mail about an hour before the stream started tonight. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. Some kind of gel pad. So far it's doing pretty good. I kind of like it in a way. Feels a little different. One thing, it's supposed to help keep you cool with airflow going through it, and that's one thing I can definitely tell that my butt isn't as hot tonight. So, we're going to go ahead and do the sweet pea. Hopefully, might have a screw up or two before I finally remember exactly how it goes. I mean, I got the basics of it, but sometimes I have to remind myself if I'm putting something together wrong, going, oh yeah, unless I pull out my book, but you know, I've got it kind of a mess on the other side of the desk here where I normally have my books to keep open and look at and all that, so because then they got to slide together with the one pulling through on the other side. It's like that goes in between. Let's see here. That would be the easiest way. It's almost like it's got to go in that one, coming over. Okay, and I put down pliers till I can remind myself how I did this before. I've done several, but it's just been a while. Alright, so I need to come through there because kind of got that feeling of Persian in a way, which I love doing Persian. It's so fun. Full Persian. I like starting it. It used to be my nemesis for the longest time, and then found a way that I could do it that I just thoroughly enjoy, and makes it so much easier. Let's see here. Then it'll be a single to a double. That's right. So, but I didn't go through the middle of that one. Or what happened here? What did I do? Yeah, I didn't. This one's not going through the middle. So, I want to pull you out real quick, I guess. You got to go through and pull on that one, but you got to go through the center of the others. That's where I screwed up. There we go. Centered. Through. There we go. It's like, I know there was something a little weird about that. Alrighty. Because then this one will come through there. And those two are the way they're supposed to be, so. Alrighty. All these doubles. Double stucks. And I guess I could have changed out each set for another. Made them colored that way. I've done a rainbow version where each little chunklet was a different color. Ended with silvers on the end. What am I doing here? Is it a single? Yeah, I only need a single on that one, then double. That's right. Then I'll pull it through with the other side. Like I said, it takes me a little bit to remind myself when I haven't done it in a while, but I'll remember it eventually, even without the notes. It might take a little longer, but you know, so be it. Alrighty. Maybe I'll go ahead and do another one, depending on how long this one might take. Alright, now I need to get one for splitting the difference. Hopefully I don't screw it up and end up making flagstone, I think is. Yeah, flagstone. That's the other one I've done too, but couldn't quite remember. Come on. Get out of there. Because it's a very similar to the sweet pea. It's just I don't. It's been a while again for that one too. I've done less of the fieldstone than sweet pea. Come back up through the center there. There you go. Oh, but then I forgot. Those two had flipped on me again. Yeah. Gotta make sure. I guess we'll do it like I do the other. There we go. And that must have been what I usually do. Hopefully I was in camera view there. I do this weird little flip with my full Persian, and that's kind of how that one works there. gonna have to do the same thing. One of those things I just gotta remind myself again. But why are we not? Seems like I mean these rings should work for it. Maybe that's what I'm doing here wrong. I need to be, because it's just too loose and wanting to clip. Maybe it's just I need to get in a few more. That shouldn't matter though, because when that pulls tight, yeah, I'm doing something weird here. What am I doing weird? Where did I put that other sweet pea that I did? Look at it, see if that would remind me, because I'm doing something a little wrong right there in the connecting. There's the, I knew I had it somewhere over there. And these look like 1/4 inch, so what am I doing wrong? So I'm doing something weird. Just don't know what I'm doing weird. Let me try to get closer to it myself. I don't know, I'm still, I know it's something stupid, it always is. Oh, I'm not going, no, that's correct. Why is that? It's just that single there. What did I do? Let me go back on it this way. Did I start it the wrong way? Maybe that's what I was doing. Is there something simple, but stupidly simple that I'm missing here? So that one goes through, and then that one. Now I'm beginning to wonder. Let me, where'd my calipers go, man? I'm starting to think these might not be. Let me look. Yeah, they're 16 gauge. It got to be. But why? I need to measure their inside. Maybe that's the problem. I'm going to grab my other pair of calipers. Okay. Now I'm really confused here, man. I do not. I'm missing 2 sets of calipers. Nobody in the house would even know. Here it is. I was like, nobody else in the house would know how to work a caliper. Yeah, they're the right size. That is so weird. Close where they should be, anyway. Make over here, make sure. That 1/6, yeah, they're the right size. So I don't know what I am doing here. Let me open that off screen again for a second so I can look closer at it, because I should, that ring should go through, and that pulls it tight, which is right there. Then that one goes through, but it's not pulling it tight enough. I don't have a ring size on these. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can get into. No, on these end rings I should be able to. Okay, that must be it. I must have used a smaller size. I thought these would work for barrel or sweet pea, but they're not. I could have swore 4.1 was a good size for sweet pea, but it must be just a little bit smaller, because these rings must be my 9/32. I thought they were 1/4 inch, so that kind of blows. So let's see here. I guess let me go ahead and just kind of move this up out of the way. We'll go ahead and do a square. I got some square. Let's do a square full Persian. Black ice. There we go. Well, that's what we're going to do. Let's see here. I like to close up forward to get my start going on my full Persians. I was looking, I probably could use some more cross keychains, but I got quite a few. It's just, you know, at one point in time I literally had about 60 of them, and all you know, I had every color as a solid, every color or every one had a different color for its stripes on the sides or the front, and I had a big old mix of them. I think I counted 25 still left, so it's like, you know, that's normally something I will custom colored if they want, so they'll just have to live with the colors that I currently have on them. So, go ahead and just work up full Persian one. Where was I at my time? So, then I'll pull out and we'll do a box of the stainless steel. I'll probably put it all together and then come back through and weld it, just cause. So, then basically just 222, and then I'll do my full Persian on it. Flip, flip. So I grab it, go through, pull it down, under, over, up over that one. Oh, come up between them. There you go. Good boy. Full Persian chunk. I make nice little earrings too. Quick, you know, to just put them through like that. And like I said, I don't have to. When I first started, I was taping them, and then at one point I had different wires kind of holding things together to do it, and then it finally clicked and dawned on me. I can just flip them this way, and that would be a normal earring kind of, and then I just use another one here to put through to attach to the ear wire itself. Simple. And I'll just keep weaving on to that. Other than the square, I do like it, but it is more difficult to work with. Got so many, you know, you got corners on it compared to round where it's all around. You can be, you know, you can still feel it slightly off, but even with square, it just takes a little more tweaking to get it to line up properly with the natural curl of a coil and everything type thing. Side. Alright, make it difficult. And I'm still looking around for some music I can play in the background that won't get all, you know, crazy from DMCA's and all that. So thought I found one, but couldn't quite seem to get it tied in right the way I was needing it to. So I still looking into it and trying to figure that out. And what is wrong with that one? Oh, I didn't go up through the others. I know there's something simple again. All that jelly cube work last couple days kind of made my brain forget. Right, there we go. Got the first one right, just screwed up the second one. Grab the wrong stuff again. Yeah, I did mean to pull out some other colors of my square 3/8 so I could. YouTube has lots of shirts copyright free. Yeah, well, I was hoping I could get something that would just play. I mean, I guess I could set up a little playlist of them and have a time, but you know, then it'd be the same music every night kind of thing. And don't necessarily want to do that, but I'm on flip over on each side. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and add these on this time instead of trying to weave them into the side. I think I'm quicker doing it that way. Huh. Been here 8 or 9 hours. I might have to look into that. I've been looking at the other software, like I said, on the royalty-free radio thing that you can just have going. Get this going through. So I want to get a little something, just even for myself, if, you know, anything, just because I'm so used to hearing music and stuff when I'm doing this, and when I do a stream with, you know, no music or no TV show or something going on in the background, it's just very weird in here. Just gets weird to me for some reason. How many did we do on this last one of these? I guess I'll need to count here in a minute. No, I am going to pull out. I guess I could pull him out here real quick now. What time are we at? About halfway through, so. The other thing I plan on, kids got me this a couple years ago. Just never really been able to use it. Might be a little loud for the video, so if you got volume up too loud, be careful. But here's my little, I was talking about him before. He's my little, you know, floppy guy. I'm going to put him out at the outdoor events and let him fly around out there on the table. Every once in a while I get a little bored and I'll just set him up in here just to watch him, and I find myself mesmerized after about 10 minutes going, I'm sitting here staring at this thing for 10 minutes. What am I doing? And that's why it's out now, because I was playing with it earlier. I want to make sure I get it packed up in my stuff because I haven't packed it up yet. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, that mine are all stainless too. I when I first started, and I was buying them smaller packages and stuff, and they were plated, and after a while they just start looking yucky. The plating starts coming off, even my own. So anything anymore, give me stainless steel. I don't have to worry about it getting all weird. Show that, Sean. We need to have them in a mail printed variety. Where did it roll to? Maybe it didn't roll. Yeah. If I can find a way, unless he shows up here. I don't know how else. I haven't gotten it in figured out how to get into any of those web things he does with other mailers yet. I need not necessarily a walkthrough, but the right links. I've searched, but I can't find the right ones to get into those groups. I'm sure I'm just, being stupid and not finding the right place, but where multiples can be together and have conversations. Might not talk a lot during them, but who knows? I mean, they sound like they're fun, so. And then I could get him to easily show it. I guess I could make a video showing. Say, hey, go look at this video, man. Yeah. Send we had video via PM. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Took me a minute to kind of process my brain. Now, there's always a bottleneck between my brain and my mouth. My brain goes 1,000 miles per hour, my mouth goes 100 miles per hour, so there's a bottleneck in there. Sometimes I'll forget what I'm even talking about because my thoughts have already transferred over to 4 other things. Okay, flip over. I need to count those others though. See how many. Don't want to make this one shorter. I'm going to go through and pull one chunk out of my other full Persian square one that I did, just because I wanted them all to be about the same length, and that one was just a wee bit too long. So after your 12G, I couldn't imagine the difference between all that would be insane to me. I normally try to gradually work up and then back down to it. When I make drastic changes, well, I'll do the same thing. I'll end up breaking too many and it just ticks me off. Then you go the other way and then your hands are sore. I've been working in 2022 gauge now. All of a sudden I'm at 16, 14 or 12. I've done some 12, like I said, but it's aluminum 12, not stainless 12. I missed putting my others through. Where you at? There you are. Come on over here. How folks think a shirt in 16G would hold up? I guess it depends on probably the ring size of themselves. My jersey is at a 16 gauge aluminum, 1/4 inch rings. I mean, and they're square, so they're a little more beefy than round. But even the round ones, I've had some that I've had no problem in 1/4 inch. I just haven't gone much bigger than that. Just because I was afraid they would pull apart after a while, so. So, I mean, if you're doing 16G in steel, I imagine you can probably get up to 5/16 without really too much of a problem. I don't know if I'd go much larger than that, but could also depend on the hardness, because there's some soft steel out there, stainless steel. Actually, I don't know what it was. I got one bag from TRL, actually, a long time ago again, that I got it and I just pulled it out and I started bending it, and I was like, this is 16G, and I had to double check everything. I measured and I'm like, yeah, but they were like dead soft stainless. It was the strangest thing I'd ever worked with. They're actually in a box underneath the bench here of stuff that I just probably won't ever use, because there was something weird about it. I was afraid it was too soft to be stainless. I mean, it said it was stainless and should have been stainless, but it wasn't like what I normally get, and that's one of the other reasons why I kind of started making my own. I've got a small bit left of stuff I bought from TRL in stainless that I haven't used yet. Not necessarily odd sizes, but just in sizes I haven't used, and most time I'm making up my own anyway, so I don't even bother pulling them out to use anymore. But I do need to get them out and get them used up, so they just don't get mixed up with my own rings. Okay, my girl with 5 pounds I got, I won't use Feels So Soft. It's stainless and rust resistant. Love 3/0 McGuire, 3/16 is good. Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. I think I've got 316L is what I have currently, and I've got big old 29 pound or something like that in both 16 and 18G. I guess I should pull that out and measure before I start getting too fur. Yeah, low carbon. Let's see here. This is the other one. What did I do down there? I just realized I screwed something up. I started one way and I flipped and started going the other way. How did I do that? Oh, because I put those centered. I'm a dork. Alright, I guess we're going to have to pull apart a little bit this other side before I do any measuring. I don't know how in the world I did that without noticing until now. Well, part of it is, again, probably just because I'm working further away. But I do have me, I don't have them tonight if I do any stainless, but I did end up getting me some eye protection for welding. So I might as well just do it now. I'm going to need it eventually anyway, and if I'm going to set up the welder so I can use it more often, might as well. Because before I'd use it, but it was, like I said, it was in little groups, you know. I'd have it out for a couple days, do a couple bracelets, couple necklaces, and then end up putting it all back up, and, you know, come back out, you know, 3 or 4 months later, do it again. But I've got quite a bit of titanium, stainless steel, and niobium that I want to get welded up. And I'm going to get me some more silver here soon. And I was looking and just debating on where I want to get it right now, because I'm not going to get it from TRL for the silver anyway. I might get some other stuff, but I'm not getting it from TRL. Alright, so that should have been the last of this one here. Yeah. I don't know what I did down there, but it got weird. Well, this one's going to take me a little longer than normal. I don't think I've ever quite done that before, so. Somehow I skipped them and just pulled through the center, kind of like almost like a box weave, I guess, but split them on the other side, so it got weird. 12J is 304, goes 308, maybe twice as hard. Feed the muse the addiction of welding. But the other courses of music songs sound too sweet to be ignored. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had this welder now a good 6 years, and I've done quite a bit with it. But most of my stainless took a little longer to sell than the colored aluminum, so I kind of wasn't making up a whole lot more of it. And now that I've got the titanium and niobium stuff that I've been wanting to do, I'm like, alright, I'm just going to get it. Get it set up and just deal with it. Because I'd like to start trying to get some on coils or wire on a spool of titanium if I can find the right stuff. I've been getting smaller amounts and coiling them up, but I'd like to get them in larger quantities because, you know, go through it and gotta find the right grade at the right price. I forgot to put rings on again. Oh well. Get on through there. I guess I need to go back to the other side and close that side up because I do have extras already there. So then I can measure it again. It got stupid. And again, I don't know how I did that without noticing it for that long. Till I laid it down, I guess. I haven't looked over here. Don't see any chats going on. And the stream's been going well, only 0.01% drop frame rate, so that's good. I was concerned there earlier today, again, because son was having all kinds of issues with his internet for his PlayStation, I guess, and I was like, yeah, that normally ends up giving me problems later on myself, so I was like, but it's all going good, so. Let's see here. One more little area, probably. I'll put those on. I personally don't like A, and titanium and iron are still a love-hate relationship. It's a temporary color to pieces. The vision lasts in 3 or 4 lifetimes, and I don't wish the beauty like that. The marble statues, and once. Come on, mouse. There you go. Air marble. Love seeing creations in it, like wood and glass, and music. It's fading, gives it beauty, and it's beauty, fleeting beauty versus test of time. That is kind of true too. You know, I'm always afraid, but I've had my daughter's been wearing one of the first aluminums that I did, and it really hasn't shown hardly anywhere. There's a little bit if you get up into it, but if you're just looking at it from a distance and stuff, I've actually had good wear on older TRL stuff. Now, some of this newer stuff, I'm starting to have my doubts. I haven't seen any real major wear. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to, that's why I, stainless. And again, with the titanium niobium, you can add the color by anodizing it, which is nice. But if you got somebody with the wrong skin type, per se, and I guess not skin type, just the chemical reaction between their body, some people, react more than others, will take that coloring away. Some people don't have anywhere because they just don't have that body chemistry that changes it. So, but it's still, in a way, though, with that, when it does completely wear off, it still looks good if it's all worn off everywhere, as just being plain niobium or titanium, kind of like stainless steel. So I can see why you'd have the love-hate relationship with it, and like I said, it seemed like I sell more in the aluminum with colors, other than, you got to get people past the idea of, yes, it's aluminum, but it's not costume jewelry. I mean, a lot of costume jewelry is aluminum, but it's crap aluminum, and it's so thin and stuff, and not built very well, and if not machine built, and once you can get them past that and realize, that helps. But I do like doing my stainless more if I can get it to sell. That's always been the biggest thing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get us clipped onto a chain, or onto a key clip, key ring, whatever. I think that's about where I need to be. And then I can start doing that box real quick. And on my welder, It originally came with a little black stand that came up, and then the connector on it to hold your tungsten. With it didn't have a ceramic topper on it, but I'd gotten one and kind of retrofitted it on there for that purpose. But then the whole thing, I dropped it one day, and it was plastic. Don't expect it to hold up all that great, but I didn't expect it to shatter the way it shattered. And I was like, so I found an online little thing that showed me how you could make one out of acrylic, so I ended up just cutting out some acrylic and made my own little stand for it. It could be better. And I'm still thinking about redesigning it, but it's held up, you know. The last 3-4 times I've used it, I haven't had any problem with it, so I just kind of stuck with it. My body chemistry and most Mountain Dew drinkers honestly eats the coating, yeah. Got a hollow yellow pipe and a plastic top with ceramic cup, 1/4 inch. Yeah, mine's just a little. Now I've got this little, just clear piece of plastic. I can put it in another piece of plastic, and it just sits there. I mean, it does job. Nothing spectacular, but I needed something. Once that one just shattered itself, I was just like, well, what can I make out of stuff that I currently have? And I did it again. Got to put it through the key ring. Try to use stuff that I currently had on hand, so it's about how like most things are. I try to use what I have on hand and try to make it work. Alrighty, so there's a full Persian one. Should be, I ended up making it the same size. No, yeah, same size. Wanted to go one smaller, but oh well. It is what it is. So, let's see here. Let me go ahead and get out. The stainless. And these are the ones that were like super soft. I would keep running through a few on occasion, because this is all TRL stuff that I'm trying to, again, get rid of, because it's just driving me nuts. Well, let's see what it's going to do. Box? Yeah, so we'll just end up, almost don't want to use these pliers on this gauge, but you know, I need a much better, bigger pair. They got those, who was it? Was it Joshua DeBerto? Somebody was making modified versions with ground off tops. I know that's what I probably need to get. I normally end up using these when I have to. They're okay, but I'd much rather have some of the others. But this is kind of pushing the limits of these pliers, that's for sure. They do great on 18 gauge stainless, or small. Excuse me, or smaller. I gotta use up my $50 sample kit from Josh, man. And 520 wet heat and 400 pounds of stainless to weld. You use those pliers on your 12. Yeah, I mean, they're, like I said, they're okay. I could probably somewhat modify them myself to be a little more comfortable, but I'd like to get a nice pair that I think it was, like I said, I think it was Joshua's DeBerto that has modified one. Somebody on there. I need to go find out where they were and see if I can get upset. That's probably what I need to do now. I think that'll be my next thing, because I got those parallel pliers from TRL, and I do like them in ways, but in other ways they're a little more difficult to work with. I'm going to try them on my titanium and see if I like them on that, the smaller titanium stuff that I have. Oh, I'm trying to remove the teeth first on the set that I was just kind of showing. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I have never really scratched up any stainless, so I figured the teeth weren't going to hurt anything. Kind of give you a little grip sometimes on some of them. And this is 16G, so I have been actually welding them on both sides. I'll zap it on one, flip it over, zap my other side. Just because I can't quite get all the way through. Well, I actually can get all the way through on one if I turn it up, crank it up. But I personally don't like to do that because it'll pit one side a little bit too much. It gets rid of too much material for my liking, being saw cut. But I think that's all personal preference on what you might like, what you might not like. But at least for me, I turned it down, and I'll take a little bit longer to zap both sides, but it's given me good, welds that way. And I've never, the ones that I've tested, I've never had a issue of it breaking apart. I just totally destroy the ring trying to break it apart and break it in a different spot than where the weld is. So, like, that should be good enough. But if it'll hold up to that, rounding the jaws profile, then increase the nose profile. Yeah. I think part of it is the handles are so long is part of what I don't like, but you need to have some leverage, so I get it. I think it's more just, I've gotten so used to using my Tronxies or my Tronxies. Tronics or the, those other ones I was showing. I always forget the names of those stupid things. Where they're soft and they open on their own. And I think that was one of the modifications they did on whoever has those. Was they use some magnets to help open them back up. I mean, they do the job. That's why I have them. That's why they're there. But I like my other ones a little bit better. Been thinking to offer custom male pliers, grip custom case, and jaws, yeah. And I could get me another set of those and kind of play around with them and do some grinding up to them, see if I can get a different handle or some type of grip on them that I might like. And if I played around with them enough, I'll probably get them to where I probably would enjoy them more, but... And I don't mind doing that stuff. I do kind of enjoy doing that kind of thing, but it always takes away from doing the chainmail. And when I start getting involved in too many other things, it drives me nuts when I start forgetting about my chainmail. It's kind of when I'm working on doing stuff with 3D printers and stuff. I'll get them going, and I'm working in CAD and creating things, and then it's like, man, I'm not doing my chainmail. I feel bad. So then I have to stop doing that so I can get back to doing the chainmail. Ooh, well, that would be nice. Ooh, I missed a few here. I wish this box would be bigger. Got that one. Been thinking about Austin Customs. E6000 button magnet, yep. And I have several. I got all kinds of different sizes of little magnets. I've got a ton of. I've got little ones, big ones, medium-sized ones. So I got magnets to do it, and I do have an E600 or E6000. And I got several. Yeah, I got several tubes down over here. I bought a bunch a while back. And don't use it very often, but when I need it, I do have it. I have a water grinder in the shop. That was the last thing I was catching. So no temperature change, which would be sweet. As I do have to be a little careful whenever I'm doing any grinding so that I don't overheat my piece, which I have done several times before. And just totally screw on other things, not a set of pliers. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't, because I just, I hate to buy something and then end up screwing it up and wasting the money. I mean, I still do, but it just irks me every time that happens. It's like I just spent money on it, and then, I had it for a day and a half and totally screwed it over, and now I gotta buy it again. Smithing mail is my hobby. Take my mind off of temp service like descaling. Yeah, it's like everything else is more the hobby compared to this. So whenever I start getting into it, it drives me nuts. Like I said, I don't mind doing the laser because it is part of the business now. I mean, it's not a super major part of the business, but it is. But it still drives me nuts whenever I get a large order and I know I'm going to be lasering for 8 hours a day. Normally it's 4 hours, then I gotta give the laser a break, and I'll come back a couple hours later, get a few more hours in. But when I have to do that for 2 days, it's like I feel weird when I can't get mailing done. I feel like I'm cheating on my mail. Yeah, look at some glue, 2 parts. I mean, glues. Yeah, I actually do have some of that over there hanging on the other. I'd grab it, but it's on the back side of my grid wall, so I can't really get it easily. But it's a 2-part mix of epoxy stuff that I've used when needed. Again, I try to get everything where I don't need to use that stuff, but I got it for the purpose in case I needed it in mailing, but then I end up using it and something else, so it's come in handy through the years. I have a wall of 100 pliers and growing, still finding sets as I clean and set up my shop. Yeah, I've been slowly definitely growing. I mean, the first couple years, I started out, I think I had 2 good, decent sets. Let's not say good sets. They were still cheap-ish, and I have others that I don't have over here, but I've really never used them from the mailing side of things, so I don't really leave them out over here. Then I got all my cutters and got a nice pair of nip cutters. I want to get a nicer pair of side. What do they call those? Nail puller clippers, whatever. That's what I'd like to get a nice set of now. I do have some leather that I could probably use on something like that. But yeah, they've been doing a good job, decent enough job. This is actually the newer set. I had another set that were actually doing okay, but they were getting a little dull. But I like this is a nice little cutter. I got straight stuff, and I want that side cutter, nail puller style. I want to get me a good set of those. That's one of my next bigger cutter purchases that I want to do. Alright, let's go ahead and start closing some of this up, I guess. Okay, yeah. See, there was one of those dead soft ones, man. On occasion, I'll get one like that. You go to just... you think you got to give some force to it, so you grab a hold of it, oh, whoa, what happened there? That wasn't right. I was expecting a little fight, or a little more of a fight back at it, That's the ones that drive me nuts. And why I need to get rid of this TRL stuff so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Get it out of the way and just get back to my stuff that I know works better. Emery fingernail board to sharpen them. Yeah, I never did think about that. They were okay. But again, like I said, I wanted to get a better set overall anyway. I'll keep them. I don't plan on getting rid of them to use for whatever. So when I'm out in the lawn and you know, tying up the, always having to fix up the stupid, oh, what are they? Well, I swear. I can remember things and I get into a stream and I go, damn, just get so stupid. Compost thing we have in the back. I'm always out there fixing and tying that thing up. I almost just need to take it apart. It was here when we moved in, and so we just kind of used it that way, but I need to, really need to fix it and just really tear it down and build a new one. But I'm always out there with baling wire of some sort trying to tie that stupid thing back up. So I'm sure I'll use them back there for that. I had a different... No, actually I was just using a big old pair of standard style shear type cutters for it. Gator style ones are using 16G and under, and a small set like those on 20G, and the second bolt cutter style is what I use on 12G. A sharper pinch on the jaw gives it a cleaner cut. Yeah, I've got several small sets for when I'm making up my ear wires and stuff. I got all kinds of small cutters to do all that with. I've got 3 sets sitting out, and I've got 2 more in my box that I was like, I don't need to have them all out here all the time, so I'll put them up. Plus, I don't have a whole lot of room. I'm basically, this whole little pegboard on the back of my main desk here is just filled with pliers. Pliers, cutters, snippers. I guess there's a little screwdriver, and some scissors. But most of it, let's see here, where was I at? But I did have to start limiting what I could put on the wall, because the back of my other wall, I've got all my laser scales and stuff that I've laser etched myself. I've got odd rings for some of the things that I bought at odd times, and I do have some beads and whatnot hanging on that one for those purposes. I have an 8-foot wall shelf and then filling with pliers and safety glasses. Yeah, that'd be nice. And that's what I'd like to eventually have in the garage. Though if I was doing beefier stuff out there is probably where I'd do it, and that's where I plan on doing my coiling and cutting. But when I actually get into building, I'd probably still do it here at my main table here. I don't, it's where I'm used to doing it. Plus, it's nicer inside than it is outside. Not going to be as spectacular. What did I do there? I did something wrong. I have to pull that one out. It was a little tougher to open. I must have just put it together wrong right there. 2 and 2, dummy. That's what I thought I had, though. Guess I didn't. There was something weird about that. It must have been 2 and 3 on one side. Yeah, I'm definitely... 16G does push the limits of these pliers, but they just put my hand so nicely, I just didn't want to put them down after working with the aluminum. Hopefully I don't go too bad and break them. That would be the ultimate killjoy, for sure. I'm not sure if I stay in view here. Just giving a quick check, make sure I'm not missing any comments on the other side here. Need a drink. Oh crap, we're at hour 23 already. I swear, man, I do these streams, time just flies. If I did an hour and a half without doing the stream where I'm not jibber jabbering, it just feels like it's 3. Then I come in and do these streams for an hour and a half, and it feels like I'm in here for 20 minutes. You know, I'll have to record doing some of the welding with this later. Make sure I record it and have to post it up because I want to get it fully done before I'm going to run it through there, so I can just do them all at once. It's easy enough for a box weave to weld it once it's done. Some weaves though, you do need to weld as you go. I guess you can come back to them in a way, but sometimes it's just more of a pain in the butt than it's worth. It's almost turning out like a flat box. I'm not using two different sizes, so look at it closer because it's like, man, it's just wanting to stay kind of flat compared to what I'm used to. I guess I have made here recently some more open box weaves that use a larger AR, so they are well. And then I guess the last group was the stretchy bracelets that I did, so we didn't do those on a stream night though. I needed to replace some of those, so I built up some more stretchy boxed weaved bracelets. Those are always good sellers too. Kids like the stretchy, so gotta have those on hand almost all the time. But I do want to get back into, I need to find a good supply of 20 gauge stainless is what I need to get right now. Last time I bought some, I only bought a 5-pound roll, and I pretty much ate through that pretty quickly. So I'm going to have to get some time, spend some time, and so you weld as you weave. Yeah, like I said, sometimes I do, depending on the weave that I'm doing. If it's good enough, if it's open enough that I can get to it afterwards, I normally do it that way, just so it's just put it in there, zap it away, you know, instead of having to grab a ring every time. But there are weaves that it's just easier to do that. I normally Byzantine for sure, just because it's harder to get into the inner rings that way, so I'll normally do Byzantine as I go. That one, yeah, it'll be fine once I weld, I guess. Got a little bit of extraness on the end. And there were been several weaves like that where it's just easier to weld as you go, and because just you wouldn't be able to really get into them. But other ones, like I said, if I can weld it all up afterwards, that's normally what I do. Now, if I do have a permanent place for the welder, that could change. I will say that once I have it more set up to do that, just, you know, if it's there readily available, easier to deal with, you know, that might be the way that it goes. Well, and we're getting close near here, so I'm probably going to have to go ahead and start closing the stream up. And I still need to add about probably another 1/2 to 3/4 inch onto this before I get into the welding part. I was hoping I'd go further along, but having that screw up earlier, dealing with that wrong ring size. Oh, excuse me. So, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I'm going to kind of, while I'm talking here, pull these on back out, but I want to thank y'all for joining in tonight. If you're watching later, thank you for that too. It's always helpful. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe. We're down to, I think, 22 people needing to like our page, and then we're going to start doing some giveaways. So that's kind of a more open Byzantine. I went too large on it, but you know, it's what it is. So I thank you all again. You all have a great night, and we will be back tomorrow with large project night tomorrow night. It's gonna be a smaller inlay. And we'll discuss more of it tomorrow night. But thank you all again, and you all have a great night. You can see you later, John.